Right, it's now time to talk about the potential top scorers. Got Ali Maxwell joining me now, Ali and Emile, of course. Emile, I'll start with you because we haven't scored at a World Cup. What is that feeling like? Not just scoring for England, but at a major tournament.
It's difficult to describe because, again, as kids, everyone dreams of it, don't they? I watched Gary Lineker, I watched John Barnes, I watched all these players that I looked up to score goals at World Cup and make us all happy. And then you dream of that moment that you're going to go and do it, and to eventually do it is just out of this world. And obviously having my family there as well was even better.
Absolutely. Well, look, Harry Kane currently 13-2 to be the top scorer. I admit I'm a Spurs fan, so I've known how good Harry Kane is for a long, long time. His record for Bayern this season is
a joke.
You took the words right out of my mouth. It is a joke. It is a joke.
Well, he's twice as good as he ever was at Spurs, right?
No.
They've improved him.
No, it's just
big club.
I still
They've improved him.
He goes the other knee. I honestly think he has been underappreciated, but this season, wow.
Yeah, he looks unbelievable. He looks in really good shape physically. I think no England fan could possibly ever criticise Harry Kane. He's one of our best ever players. He may well go down as our best ever player at the end of his career. Let's hope so, because that will mean good things happen maybe this summer. But also, it is fair to say that he hasn't always looked in his best physical condition at major tournaments. That's unfortunate, but it's true. Certainly the Euros in 2021, the summer of, he wasn't in his best shape, and maybe the last Euros as well. So I like the fact that Tuchel seems to be really building around him and putting players around him to suit his game. I think that'll make the team look better as a whole.
Yeah, 13-2. I mean, I suppose it depends on England's success, but I like the fact that Germany had a winter break. Yeah. And Ali brought it up. I remember Harry Kane having ankle injuries, hamstring injuries, and it does take its toll. Hopefully for Harry, he'll go in fresh.
I think this will be the first tournament that has been going in fresh, to be honest with you. Again, when you're looking at the amount of games that we play in the Premier League and all the different cups that we have, I think the treble winning season I played in 63, we had 63 games, I played 59 by the end of that season. Then you go to another tournament. You have like a week break, and then you go and do a mini pre-season. So imagine how drained you can be. But if you're going into there fresh, it's nothing better, because it's the best tournament in the world. And you want to go out there, he wanted to go out there and show that this season that I just had wasn't a fluke. I'm going to go and show you I'm going to be the top goal scorer at the World Cup.
Yeah. Kylian Mbappe, booed by Real Madrid, but he'll be around 11-2. I suppose that reflects France being the favourites.
Yeah, I think so. Look, they've got quite a tough group, actually, France. Obviously, they're expected to be unbelievably strong, partly because the individual names on paper are so incredible. I don't think they are yet to prove as a national team that they are as good as, for example, Spain, who've got the Euros win behind them. So I still think there's a lot for France to prove. And I guess for Mbappe, when we're talking about the top goal scorer market, the amount of other players across that front line who can and will score goals as well. You know, Kane scores 1/3 of England's goals. That's throughout his career, and even in Tuchel's reign, 33% of our goals. Whereas Mbappe's got many other players who'll be scoring goals for France. I think that probably makes it harder for him to do what he did last time and score 8 and win the Golden Boot.
Erling Haaland, it'd be great to see him at a major tournament. It's good to see Norway back at a major tournament, 14-1. You've got Ronaldo 20s, Dembele 20s, but in terms of Ronaldo 20-1, would you be having a little one on that one?
You can't rule him out, can you, really? Because it's all centred around me.
Yeah.
which is that's where he's got to, and he's earned that right to be centred around him. And I think they'll, like you saying, everything's going to be centred around Kane.
Yeah.
That's what will be for Ronaldo.
But I'm not sure that's a great thing for Portugal as a team.
Yeah.
Kane's a world-class striker right now, and I can't pretend I watch the Saudi Pro League loads, but from what I understand, Ronaldo, understandably, given his age, is not in his peak shape. So Portugal are a really interesting team because they've got an incredible squad of current world-class players, 3 of them playing the Champions League final for PSG. But Ronaldo almost feels like he doesn't quite fit in the new generation, but he's obviously such a big name.
Well, you've obviously done the tracker in who you think who will get who will score more, in your opinion, Messi or Ronaldo?
I think Messi's still playing at an incredible level.
Do you?
And I'm Messi over Ronaldo every day of the week. I think he's the best player that's ever lived, and a better all-rounder than Ronaldo. So I'll go Messi.
I agree with that. But were you a Messi or Ronaldo guy?
If I was a coach, I would probably say Ronaldo. But as a fan, I'm Messi. You can't look for any further than that. Just excitement, sheer excitement, sheer fun of just watching him dribble past people and then taking it past them again and again and again. But they're the sort of players that you want in every team because it gets you off your seat.
Because of the longer format of the tournament, does it give you scope to maybe back an outsider? A Lawrence Shankland at Scotland, given that you could get some high-scoring games.
Yeah, I always look for an outsider because that's just when I bet. I like to find the ones that aren't fancied in terms of the top goal scorer market. I like the Swiss as a bit of a dark horse, and they've got quite an easy group, I think. So their striker Mbolo, I expect he'll start most games as the number 9. If they rack up a few big wins, he could feasibly have 4 goals at the end of the group stage, and if they go a bit further, he could do well. But for me, it's all about the Spain striker Oyarzabal. I think he, for me, is my pick for top goal scorer. They've got 2 really straightforward games to start against Cape Verde and Saudi Arabia. No one would be surprised if Spain scored 10 goals across those 2 games. And he's scored 11 in his last 10 for Spain. So for me, it's all about him. He might not be the biggest name as an individual, but he scored the winner in the Euros final. So he's a proper player.
Finally, Emile, are England's success, is it purely down to Harry Kane and how much he scores? Because we know Ivan Toney and Ollie Watkins, with all due respect to them, that is a drop.
I think, when you're looking at Harry Kane, he's the one that you pin your hats on. He's shown it. He's shown that he can score at every single level. We didn't know what was going to happen when he went to Germany, and he's on and showed us that. So yes, it'll be pinned on that, and for me, he'll be the top goal scorer.
Some big names, some good odds. What do you reckon?